So you're shopping around for your new car, and yeah, you might have things figured out, like how much you're going to put as a down payment, how much the percentage is going to be for the financing you have to do, and maybe even how much maintenance is going to be necessary over time. But there was one critical element that a lot of people do overlook, and that's how much it's going to take to insure that new vehicle. And that's why we're going to show you the top 10 cheapest cars to insure for 2012 on this episode of Speed.
In a world where car companies are numbered in the hundreds, Chevrolet, Pontiac, Honda, Mitsubishi, GMC, Lotus, Toyota, Acura, Ford, Lexus, Jeep, you need to know the facts, the latest information for everything about cars, trucks, motorcycles, and ATVs. This is Speed.
Let's face it, there's a lot of competition for cars that start at under $20,000. It's just a big market. A lot of people want a vehicle that can get you from point A to point B, and that's reliable and dependable. But the one thing you have to look at after the initial cost of buying the vehicle is how much it's going to cost to insure. Now there's a couple of things to think about when you're talking about auto insurance. Now when you were back at the dealership signing all the paperwork, you probably put your vehicle under a finance option, which allows you to pay the vehicle off in monthly payments instead of having to pay the full large sum up front. By putting your vehicle on a finance program, you're going to have to get full comprehensive and full liability insurance. It's the law. Because remember, technically it's not your car, it's the bank's car. So let's start off our speed countdown list of the top 10 2012 cheapest cars to insure.
Number 10. The Kia Soul. This car is equipped with a 1.6-liter engine, making 138 horsepower at 123 foot-pounds of torque. MPG is 25 city, 30 highway. It'll cost you $13,900 to drive off the lot, and helps this Kia keep it low on the list to insure, costing only $120.72 a month. Number 9. The Ford Fiesta SEL. This front-wheel drive Ford is equipped with a 1.6-liter engine, producing 120 horsepower at 112 foot-pounds of torque. It manages to produce MPG numbers of 29 city, 38 highway, and it starts at $16,600. The low sticker price and the 7 standard airbags makes it easier to insure, costing only $117.72. Number 8. The Hyundai Elantra Touring GLS. The GLS is equipped with a 2.0-liter engine, making 138 horsepower at 136 foot-pounds of torque. It manages to pull an MPG of 23 city, 31 highway, and it'll cost you $15,995 out the door. The Touring model has managed to avoid being the subject of any recalls, and makes it one of the best cars on the list. Its long extended warranty also provides insurance companies the confidence of not having to worry so much, which gives this car a total price of $117.50 a month to insure. Number 7. The Scion XB. The front-wheel drive box on wheels contains the 2.4-liter engine, making 158 horsepower at 162 foot-pounds of torque. It pulls out an MPG range of 22 city, 28 highway, and starts at $16,300. The Boxy Scion is an ace when it comes to safety ratings and reliability. Because of its design, it has a very high rollover ranking, 4 out of 5 stars, from the National Highway Transit Safety Authority. This little Boxy Scion also has the honor of being one of the top safety picks from the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety, which makes it a popular model for young families, and it only costs $112.41 to insure each month. Number 6. The Mazda 5. This car contains the 2.5-liter engine, producing 157 horsepower at 163 foot-pounds of torque. It manages to produce an MPG range of 21 city, 28 highway, and after the cheapest signing cost will only cost you $19,625. This is one of the smallest minivans on the market today, but has the privilege of being one of the best handling vehicles for its class. It also has very good safety ratings and has 3 rows of seats. This ideal family vehicle will only cost you $110.48 a month. Number 5. The Ford Fiesta SES. This vehicle is equipped with a 1.6-liter engine, producing 120 horsepower at 112 foot-pounds of torque. It manages to pull an MPG of 29 city, 38 highway, and it starts at $17,500. The new Ford Fiesta is widely regarded as an excellent affordable small car. Which makes it even better for insurance companies is that it has no recalls on its rap sheet. The SES will only cost you $107.97. Number 4. The Nissan Cube. Equipped with a 1.8-liter engine, it can produce 122 horsepower at 127 foot-pounds of torque. It manages to pull MPG numbers of 25 city, 30 highway, and it will cost you $14,980. The Cube is less expensive to insure, and that's because it has a long list of safety features that are included as standard equipment, like electronic stability control and side curtain airbags, making the total cost to insure a month at only $101.44. Number 3. The Volkswagen Jetta. This car is equipped with a 2.0-liter engine, producing 115 horsepower at 125 foot-pounds of torque. The car produces MPG numbers of 24 city, 34 highway, and starts at $15,515. The Jetta will only cost you $101.12 a month to insure. Number 2. The Honda Civic. This front-wheel drive vehicle is equipped with a 1.8-liter engine, producing 140 horsepower at 128 foot-pounds of torque. It manages to make MPG numbers of 28 city, 36 highway, and starts off at $15,755 brand new. And what makes it cheap to insure is that insurance companies love its consistency and dependability, making the rates lower for you at only $98.19 a month. And number 1. The Chevrolet Sonic LS. The front-wheel drive American-made car has the 1.8-liter engine, producing 138 horsepower at 125 foot-pounds of torque. It manages to produce MPG numbers of 26 city, 35 highway. This affordable car is number 1 on the list because it has the most impeccable safety scores. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety awarded the Sonic its highest ranking of good on all 4 major strength and impact tests. The Sonic also received 5 stars for its frontal and side crash tests, plus a 4-star rating in the rollover test. Respectable results for a vehicle of any price point. This vehicle is the cheapest car to buy at only $13,865. This little Chevy will only cost you $96.16 a month to insure.
And there you go, the top 10 cheapest cars to insure that are 2012 models. Now, no matter what kind of car you get, just remember that the auto insurance is something that you really have to consider. Until next time, I'm your host, Brian Von Barrios, and this has been Speed, the only show about cars, trucks, motorcycles, and ATVs.
Getting the right car insurance is a bit more involved than finding the lowest price. It's important that you get the right coverage for your situation, and first, you need to understand what's available. There are 5 main categories or types of auto insurance coverage. Let's go through them. Liability coverage is the most common because almost every state requires you to carry some minimum amount in order to drive legally. Liability coverage pays for the damage you cause in an accident when you are at fault. Specifically, liability coverage will pay for bodily injuries and property damage of others. Remember that liability insurance does not cover any of your damages. It protects others from damage you cause and also protects you financially. Without it, you could be on the hook for the entire cost of an accident out of pocket. Collision coverage is the second most common type of car insurance coverage. It will pay for damages to your car from an accident, even if you were at fault. As the name implies, collision coverage pays for damage incurred when you're driving and collide with another object. Note, losses from non-crash stuff like theft or weather damage are not covered by your collision insurance. For those things, you'll need something called comprehensive coverage. Comprehensive coverage kicks in to cover losses that are totally out of your control. Like collision coverage, comprehensive coverage is optional. It will protect you from losses due to fire, vandalism, theft, hitting an animal, or damage caused by certain natural disasters. But comprehensive coverage won't cover everything. For example, most policies will not cover damage due to freezing, even though it's weather-related. Comprehensive coverage usually doesn't cover breakdowns either. You should find out what is excluded before purchasing. Comprehensive coverage is often more attractive to drivers of a new or expensive vehicle. Some lenders may even require comprehensive coverage as a condition of financing your vehicle. To recap, we've gone over liability insurance, which covers damage you do to others, collision insurance, which covers crash-related damages to your car, and comprehensive insurance, which covers certain unpredictable damages to your car. But what about injuries suffered by you or your passengers? If you weren't at fault, the other driver's liability coverage should pay for your damages, but you can purchase your own medical coverage for additional protection. Medical coverage is usually optional, but certain no-fault states will require you to buy a form of it called personal injury protection. Personal injury protection is also known as no-fault insurance because, like medical coverage, it will pay the costs of treating your injuries regardless of who was at fault in an accident. Finally, uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage will protect you against the risk of being hit by an uninsured or underinsured driver. It's estimated that almost 15% of American drivers do not carry the legal minimum amount of car insurance as required by their state. If you are hit by one of these people, you won't be able to collect from a liability policy they don't have. Uninsured motorist coverage will pay for your medical expenses and lost wages. Many states now require uninsured motorist coverage for bodily injury, but you might have the option to purchase it for property damage as well. Underinsured coverage kicks in when you're hit and your damages and expenses exceed the limits of the at-fault driver's liability coverage. When you're shopping for an auto insurance policy, make sure you know exactly what you're getting and why. Find out what is covered, what is excluded, what you need to stay legal, and what you need to stay protected financially.
I'd like to tell you a story today about who are the cunts. Now, I'm sure you're desperate to know who I think the cunts are. You're probably already guessing. You're probably thinking, well, it's going to be some religious person who is a cunt today. But no, it's not. It's not a religious person. I'll tell you who the cunts are. And they are all of the cunts. It is insurance companies. Specifically, car insurance companies. Now, anybody knows what's been going on in my life. Our car broke down recently. We were driving back from the shops. A load of lights came on. I turned it out and I said, I think we're breaking down. At which point we broke down. Managed to get the car home, but the car has sat then outside for a little while now. We toyed with changing the engine, but eventually we decided that this was all too expensive, so we just bought a junker for 450 quid because we need a car, and we decided we would just sell the other one for scrap. So, today, with the junker that cost a quarter of what the one we're getting rid of cost, we decided to change the insurance. So, I was previously fully comprehensive. Now, for anybody who's unaware of what that means that I could pretty much do anything with that car, and the insurance company would theoretically pay out. Though we all know they don't like paying out, do they, insurance companies? Because that's only their job, but they don't want to do it, do they? Fuckers. But the idea would be that they would pay out. However, we've rung them today to get a quote on what the new insurance would be. Bear in mind we had it at fully comprehensive. That means I can fucking crash it. But I wanted to go for third-party fire and theft with the new Shitmobile. Because it's worth virtually nothing. It probably lost value being driven off the drive of the house that we bought it from. Anyway, we ring them up. I'm going to name and shame them Octagon. We rang Octagon up. And to change the car from fully comp on a newer vehicle to third-party fire and theft on an older vehicle would increase the premium by £280, putting the insurance for that car up across the year to £600. It's more than the fucking car cost. So I then asked them how much it would cost to cancel the fee. How much would I get back for cancelling the policy? It would cost me £50 to cancel the policy for doing literally nothing, apart from maybe sending one email. They would charge me £50. You know what? To change the details over, they were going to charge me £25. But yeah, so they wanted to charge me £50. So what I've done instead, I have gone ahead with cancelling the whole fucking policy, and I'm getting 200 and something pounds back from them, because at least we're clawing some money out of their grasping fists and giving them a hearty fuck you, because we've been with them for a few years and this is how they treat us. But that's what I wanted to talk about today, is just what massive cunts insurance companies are, and especially car insurance companies. They insist on taking masses of money from you every fucking year, and all they give you in return is every attempt they can come up with to not do what you're paying them for. Where else does that happen? That you pay huge amounts of money to a company for them to then do their fucking best to avoid providing the service you have paid them for. When I had my car driven into a few years ago, whilst I was asleep upstairs in a previous flat and my car was parked on the road, I was fully comprehensive covered. I didn't get a courtesy car because I hadn't got the number of the car that had driven into me while I was asleep and while the car was parked on the road. I did say at the time, next time I'll fucking wrap the car up and put it in the fucking loft. They're cunts. They're cunts through and through. I hate them. I hate that you have to give them money. It's a massive scam as far as I'm concerned. And these people are wankers. Car insurance, you people are bastards. And I've said it like that because I want it to be more bastardy. Anyway, that's everything. I don't think I've got anything. I don't think you need to know any more how much I despise insurance companies. But I do despise them. Because they're all bastards.